Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Straight Bro Chaser. I'm your boy, the Bro-Kage Petty Pat, and I'm here today to talk about why Too Fast, Too Furious is the best fast movie in the entire franchise. Like, I'm here to talk to you about funny moments, compare it to the other movies, the introduction of Roman Pierce and Tej, all the stunts that actually made sense, funny moments. These funny moments were, all the moments in here were basically just Roman. This was like a one-man roasting tour for Roman in this movie, honestly. So let's jump right into it. Again, y'all know, if you've seen this, you've seen anybody, I hope everybody, unless you've been living under the rock for like the past 20 plus years or 20 years. I don't know how long the Fast franchise has been going, but I know it's been for over 20 years. But unless you've been living under a rock, I would hope you have seen at least the first two Fast movies, because I know they get a little ridiculous as the franchise goes on. So I don't expect everybody to have seen all of them. Me, I got to finish it. I mean, I'm in too deep at this point. I've seen all of them, so I might as well just finish the franchise no matter how bad the movies get. Again, this is why they keep making them, though, because we keep paying to watch them. Anyways, y'all basically know the story. This takes place after the events of the first one, where Brian essentially let Dom go. So we start with this movie. Brian is no longer a cop. We start with a street race. Essentially, Brian's now living in, I think they want to say, Miami. And because he had to, of course, he's on the run, so he had to leave LA, not a cop anymore. So he's basically street racing for money. We also get the first introduction to Tej with this first scene. And we don't know too much about Tej in this movie. I don't really think they give us a ton of like backstory on Tej. It's ludicrous. What's not to like about Tej? It's ludicrous. Anyways. So again, we get through the whole street race, blah, blah, blah. Then we see the same dude who Brian was working for, the FBI agent, the black dude. I never got his name. I think his name is like Agent Harris, maybe, possibly. I could be wrong. Anyways, he pops up again, here to recruit Brian because he needs Brian's help, or customs agents, U.S. Customs needs his help. They need to take down this guy, Carter Verone, who is like I think he's part of a cartel. Anyways, he has like the biggest import-export business ever. So he's like one of those. He runs like mad docks and shit in Miami. So he got the game on lock in Miami. So essentially, this guy pops up because he needs Brian's help to take down this guy, Carter Verone, because customs ain't getting it done. And we fast forward, Brian meets the customs agent in charge, whatever. This guy is a fucking prick. So I don't even want to spend too much time on this jackass. Anyways, they try to tell Brian he's going to run with this goofy ass rookie looking dude. And then Brian proceeds to ask him a car question. Of course, he gets it fucking wrong. Fucking dumbass. Brian essentially tells him, yo, I'm not doing this unless I get to pick the other driver. Fast forwarded, we get the introduction of one of the best characters in the Fast franchise, other than Brian himself and other than Tej. And I'm going to keep it a buck, Han. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and give y'all my top 5 characters from the Fast franchise. We're going to start with number 1, Brian, all day. 2, Roman Pierce. 3, Tej. 4, Han. 5, Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham. Those are my 5 favorite characters from the Fast franchise. That's my top 5. That's who I'm rocking with. That's who I'm always going to rock with. But anyways, we jump back into this. All right, so Brian, again, like I said, tells them, I'm not doing this unless I get to pick the driver. We fast forward. We're somewhere in California in the desert. I think it's called Barstow, where Brian is originally from. And we're at some demo derby. We don't really know why they're there at first. And we see, of course, now we know why they're there. And then we get the introduction of my boy Roman Pierce. Roman Pierce is in this demo derby, and he is fucking shit up. Pretty much starts the movie fucking shit up in a car. So I'll let you know already he's a good driver. He has experience. He knows what the hell he's doing behind the wheel. Fast forward, blah, 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 blah. We get through the whole conversation. Brian and Roman, of course, get recruited to stop this guy, Carter Verone. I feel like this story was kind of like a redemption story for Brian and Roman, because like I feel like this was them both trying to find themselves, but also like forgive each other and themselves for past events and hold themselves accountable for past events. But anyways, that's just my like little deep take on it. But anyways, let's talk about some of the stunts in this movie. Like, all right, so my issue with some of the stunts in the later Fast movies, like I'm not even talking about Tokyo Drift, because Tokyo Drift was like for the last true racing Fast movie. So Tokyo Drift doesn't even like count with the stunts being ridiculous. I mean, some of the drift stuff was crazy, but like nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. Like I feel like stuff didn't get crazy or outrageous stunt wise until 5. But like at least in 2 and like at least 1 through Tokyo Drift, the stunts and stuff were still believable. All the stunt driving and things they were doing were still believable. I also feel like Too Fast, Too Furious has some of the most believable stunt driving in it. There is one, I mean, the backwards driving thing, I mean, it can be done, but it is a little far-fetched. And we all know the driving under trucks thing, it can't really be done. They had to specially mod those trucks so they can drive under them. They did do that in Too Fast, Too Furious, but as we saw in the highway freaking chase scene where they were racing to do the test for Carter Verone, because of course he had to test them to make sure all these mofos were good drivers. That whole highway scene was fire. From Brian driving backwards to fuck with Roman, the whole them getting into it between the trucks where the Mustang got ran over. That was just fantastic stunt driving throughout that whole scene. The demo derby where we got introduced to Roman, that was also some good stunt driving. We got to see some car flips, you know, nothing too crazy, no crazy car explosions, no unnecessary explosions, no people leaving wreckage unscathed and with crispy white tees. And then, you know, we had the ejection seats. I feel like the ejection seats can be done in real life. I just feel like it would take a lot more time in the time they took to set them up, but I feel like it can be done in a car. But yeah, I just feel like the stunts in Too Fast, Too Furious were just a lot more believable. Like even from the scramble at the end where they all come, like all the street racers from in Miami come pouring out of the airport garage or whatever. I feel like that was set up beautifully. I feel like that could be also done in real life with some great planning done by someone who has access to all that. But yeah, I just feel like the stunts in this one were just more believable. Like, let's talk about some of the stunts from the other one. Let's talk about seemingly everybody's favorite scene and everybody's favorite Fast movie. Whenever I talk to people and I ask people what's their favorite Fast movie, I get one of 3 movies. I either get the original, I get Too Fast, Too Furious, or I get Fast 5. And Fast 5, everybody's favorite scene is the safe scene. While I am sitting here and admitting the safe scene is dope, that shit is not believable. That is the dumbest scene ever. You are not going to sit here and tell me 2 Chargers, I don't give a fuck how they're modded, how they're weighed down, with a single cable hooked to a safe, they're going to be able to drag that through the city and not, like, no. That scene, that whole thing, everybody loves that scene, but that scene was far-fetched as hell. Like, it was just, no. And then, don't even get me started on the stunt in 9 when this man John Cena popped up, jumps his car off a cliff, and then a plane magically appears out of nowhere to catch this man's car to carry him off into the fucking sunset to escape. Like, that shit's dumb. Or the whole fucking thing, Dom stomping an entire parking structure down with one stomp. Who does this nigga think he is, the Hulk? Like, what in the hell was that? Like, I'm sorry. The scenes, this one too. I'm sorry. I'm getting off on a tangent here and then I'll get back into my shit. But this is a big offender too. Dom jumping across the bridge to save Letty in, I think, Fast 6. And this man magically lands on the hood of a car safely. I'm like, bro, no. The timing of that stunt, no. You know why? That stunt was so unbelievable. They looked like they were on wires. That's how unbelievable that stunt was, because they couldn't make it look realistic. They looked like they were on wires. But anyways, I digress. We got a lot of comedy in this movie too. I feel like this is where Fast kind of started going with adding a little bit more comedy to the franchise. Of course, introducing Roman Pierce and Tej. I don't feel like Tej and Roman have the chemistry they have in the later movies. In this movie, of course, because they're just meeting in this movie. But this, like I said in the earlier moments at the start of this video, this was essentially just a one-man roasting mission for Roman. Roman was fucking with any and everybody. This man roasted Carter Verone. This man roasted Eva Mendes, the undercover agent. This man stole the customs agent lunch and did not give a shit. Roman was just getting in everybody's ass. Roman was just killing everybody in this movie. He was roasting the shit, assassinating everybody's character, bro. He was getting in everybody's ass. And then, of course, he gave us the most legendary line ever. Ejectocito, cuz. Anyways. Oh, and then we also got that moment. This was a funny moment for me. You remember during the test, Roman and Brian show up at the end, and then they think the car is locked, and Roman takes off his shirt to punch the glass out. Funny moment for me was Brian telling Roman to put his blouse back on. So that was kind of funny. And then Roman calling him a hater. Like, yo, you hating on my body. Anyways. But, and then the end, when these motherfuckers essentially jacked him for the money. We ain't hungry no more. Yeah, we ain't our pockets ain't empty no more either, cuz. And sorry. Oh, God. Paul Walker, boy, I love you, man, but you saying cuz in this movie was not it. It was cringy for me. I don't know about anybody else, but Paul Walker said cuz it was not it. But anyways, Paul Walker gave us so many great moments, though. I love this movie so much. Like, this is my favorite movie. Like I said, compared to the other movies, this, again, is believable. The first movie is believable, but I just like this movie more than the first one. One, because I don't got Dom in here preaching family while also being a hypocrite at the same time. I hate the whole family thing. Family. It's all about family, man. Yeah, look at me in my tank top, my crispy white tank top. Anyways, fuck that shit. Going through an entire movie and not having to hear the word family once. I think maybe it might have been said once or twice. I don't know. I had to go back and watch it again. I did not rewatch it before I made this video, because I watched Too Fast, Too Furious maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. So I kind of have the event still fresh in the old noggin here, despite the ADHD. Yeah, this movie was just good, man. This movie was a complete story all the way around. I mean, I'm sorry. I enjoy it. And I feel like if you want to really be real, Brian and Roman kind of had a more gangster introduction into the story in their solo movie than Dom. Like, Dom was just stealing DVD players and shit off the back of trucks in the first one. These motherfuckers get recruited to take down the whole, like, import-export ring out of Miami, like, with fucking the FBI and U.S. Customs. Like, I'm sorry. And Tej gets involved in this shit. But I'm just saying, this movie all the way around was the best thing ever. This was before Dom came back. This was before they started giving Dominic Toretto superpowers. This man able to escape any wreckage unscathed with a crispy white tee as clean as it was that when he pulled it out of the damn package. Like, nah. All these superpowers they done given Dom. Some of these other characters got superpowers too. Like Tej being able to hack his way out of anything. Roman being able to pick the most ridiculous car but somehow survive the events that take place while being in the car. Yeah. The later movies have gotten a little bit ridiculous stunt-wise, but like I said before, if you're like me, you're in too deep. I've already seen all 9 of them, so I might as well finish it out. I have not seen 10 yet. I did not want to go pay to see 10 in theaters. I don't know how true it is. Maybe somebody could fact check. I don't know if somebody has counted themselves. I hear Dominic Toretto says family 387 times in this latest Fast movie. I don't know how that's possible in a 2-hour and something odd movie, but apparently they might have done it. They may have outdone themselves with saying family. I know if you planned on playing a drinking game with this, with how many times this man said family, just know you will probably need a trip to the hospital. Because I wouldn't recommend it. This man is nuts. He says family a lot. Again, like I said, greatest movie in the franchise. I would love to hear y'all's opinion. What's y'all favorite Fast movie? What's y'all opinion on this video? I would love to see what y'all have to say comparing the other movies. Yeah, I just love to know y'all opinion. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. As always, that's my time. Keep it classy, motherfuckers. Deuces. Bam.